I'm only doing this because I saw Digital Foundry do a video on PS3 emulation where they were clearly using ROMs that they'd either downloaded off the internet or dumped from custom firmware because some of the games that they were showing didn't come on disc. So I think I'm pretty safe in doing this, I hope. Hello and welcome to Chinballs Gaming, I am Scorp. So this is RPCS3, the PlayStation 3 emulator. Now emulators also need games to play, and games usually come in the form of ROMs. Now there's basically three ways to acquire ROMs. One is to download them off the internet, which is pretty much universally illegal. Two, to use custom firmware on your console, which I don't have, which in most cases this is not illegal, but it will be breaking your EULA, your end user license agreement. So Sony would be well in their rights to close your account and any associated games on your account will be gone. So you might not want to risk that. If you do, that is completely up to you. And three is to dump your own ROMs. So I'm not going to cover how to set up RPCS3. It's pretty much been done everywhere on the YouTube, and other creators have shown us how to do this. So I don't really want to go through that again. Just watch somebody else or just read the instructions. The instructions are very easy. So of course, no piracy, I understand. And what you will need is, if you go to the quick start guide, so the section I'm interested in is this one here, dumping with a desktop PC. And basically you will need a very specific Blu-ray drive that is compatible with PS3 discs. And there's a list of tested drives which you can go through and check if you've already got one or you can buy one. I already have one, which is right here. So this is a BH16NS55, which is on this list right there. Hurrah! But as you will notice, this is an internal SATA drive, so I need something to convert this to USB. And I also have one of these. This is an IC box external hard drive enclosure, which you will see is not quite big enough to fit in the 5 1/4 optical drive. So we'll just have to take it apart. It's not so bad. That is my hard drive enclosure, partially disassembled, and the bit I'm interested in is just this part. Get rid of all the actual enclosure part, but this is it. This basically is a SATA to USB 3 converter. It doesn't require power, because as far as I'm aware, this type of USB does not provide 12 volts. It only provides 5 volts, and optical drives need 12 volts. That's why these tend to have power. So let's turn that around. We'll plug that in, and we'll plug in some power, and a USB cable somewhere. And now we need a game. What game should we take? Let's have a look. MotorStorm. Let's try MotorStorm. So it's just simply going to be a case of taking the disc out. You can see there is MotorStorm. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it sort of there so we know. And stick that in the drive. Boom. And then we are going to need to read a bit further down this, actually, because we need to download some software. So if we scroll further down the quick start menu, you'll come to this part here which says dumping with disk burner, and simply click on this and this will bring you to the GitHub page, and then you'll need to download the Linux 64-bit version, and then you'll need to extract this using Arc, probably would be the easiest. So if I come to my downloads now, you will see here there is PS3 disk burner, and if I open this with Arc, and then I am going to press the down button and I'm going to extract it to somewhere specific, and that is going to be on my NVMe drive in a folder called PS3 library. Then just click OK, and then it will be downloaded. Right, the next step will be come to your disks and drives, and you will see under optical drives, PS3 volume is already there, and we are going to click Mount and Open. And the disk drive is going to make a hell of a lot of noise because they are very loud. And there we go, we are mounted, and we can even see the PS3 game already, and it's also got some nice pretty pictures. So I'm dumping mine onto an external hard drive into a library called PS3 library. I've extracted the application PS3 disk burner into this library, because when I run this, it will make a copy in the folder that it's in. So that's where we want this to run. You may want to make sure, if you right click on the PS3 disk burner, just come to properties and check that permissions is executable is enabled, and okay, then right click in Dolphin, just anywhere here, open in terminal, and then just click dot slash, and then just type in PS3 disk burner, so type in dot slash PS3 disk dumper and click enter. And this is going to check and see if the disk is valid, and as you can see, it says here the title is MotorStorm, and it's going to make a lot of noise for a while until the entire disk has been dumped. So I'm just going to wait here. So once this is complete, you will have a full copy of this disk on your hard drive. It should go without saying, do not distribute these files anywhere. In most countries, you are allowed to have a backup of your own discs and your own only. Do not share these with anyone online. Do not share these with your friends. Just keep these to yourself. That is the best way to stay above board and legal. Don't get yourself into any trouble. An internal drive with part of a caddy to USB. That is all we needed. And let's just move this stuff out of the way. And if we go back to our emulator, we can click open, and we can go to where we've just dumped that, which was in NVMe, PS3 library, and just select the game we've just dumped, which for me is MotorStorm. Click OK, and MotorStorm has appeared, and it will do some compiling, which maybe I fast forward. So I'm not going to go through optimized settings or anything, and I just wanted to show how to dump the game. There's plenty of resources online on how to optimize these kind of things. At the moment we're getting 24 frames a second, which is obviously not ideal. So the point is, it does work. So that is how to dump a PS3 disc game using a Blu-ray drive that allows you to do this to your Steam Deck. And I'm not going to go through optimizations at the moment. Maybe I will. If there's enough interest in people wanting to know optimizations for this, then maybe I'll start looking into it. I just wanted to prove that you could do it without downloading ROMs from the internet, without doing custom firmware on your PlayStation. All you need is a disk drive that is compatible, which is on the website. There's a list of drives which have been tested to do this, and I am just using an internal drive with an external caddy, so I can use it as a USB drive, and it dumps it pretty quickly, I would say. It's not so slow. Seems I'm not very good at this game. But that is it. That is MotorStorm on the Steam Deck. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.